Okay, part two. See how kind I am? I didn't want you to see me for 30 minutes, an hour. You know, I have things to do, lady. I want to watch your video and give you some thumbs up or whatever, you know. Please do thumbs up though, guys. I really appreciate it because YouTube loves it. Because, you know, they're a company and they really like, it's like a TV show, you know, like if you're watching things and you like it, they wanna promote their little channel or whatever, big channel, not little, and they're doing great. And so if you could do a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you like it, I mean, if you don't like it, don't do thumbs up. I've heard people say, well, close your thing and do thumbs up right now. I'm like, what if they don't like it? They might not want to do a thumbs up, but if you like it, do a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, because sometimes I'm watching something and I don't, well, no, I usually thumbs up. If I like it, I'm gonna thumbs up, but I watch it thoroughly to make sure there's nothing weird on there or something that I don't really like, because I want to make sure I like it before I thumbs up, because it could be something weird at the end of it. So watch the whole thing, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up, so it promotes your channel and it's helpful to us as people that like to make the videos, so that we know what you like. If you like it, then we're like, hey, we can make some more of those. There's a lot of views sometimes, but then sometimes they don't like it, so you're like, well, they're watching it but they don't like it. So we want to make sure that you're liking what you see, because I'll tell you one thing, I've been dying to do a YouTube. I've told my kids, I'm like, you know, we should do YouTube on our life, you know, like just let them see the day, what we're doing or whatever, you know. And you know, I'm actually doing it. I'll be right back, you guys. Sorry about that. I had to bring this thing because I'm looking at it and I know I haven't showed this on here yet, but this is the what is it called? They call it the tumbling tower game, but it's kind of like those where you put the this is the miniature one. Isn't that cute? Where you can make it and then you take like the blocks out and these little things, and then you try not to let it fall. So it's kind of cool. Excuse me. They call it a different name because it's from a different company. I'm just looking at that. But anyways, I'm enjoying doing it. I love to entertain, talk about things, help people with ideas or problems or whatever, you know. So that's why I'm on here, you know. I enjoy it. So that's why I was saying thumbs up, because if you want to see more of this type of video, thumbs up. Go through all the videos. I've got hundreds of them, so it's going to take you some time to look at them. Do your thumbs up, and then I'm going to check them and see who likes the most of what, and I'll do more of those type, because that way I know what you like. Because I'm just going to keep throwing some out there, because it's something I like to do, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you something. If it's something interesting, I'm like, hey, they might like this, so I will show it. And I'm just looking at this soap thing that we have. We just got it when we moved over here. Well, we got it before we moved over here. We had it at our other house, and we just finished using that soap. So these things they last pretty long. The big thing of soap. I was just looking at that right now. We got a different kind. Hopefully, it looks good. It's Ajax or something, and it looks like it's. We'll see if it lasts like the other one, but I don't know if you guys ever saw that soap that's in like a yellow container, and I can't remember the name of it. My mom used to get it, and it smells really good, like, and it lasted forever. But I think I bought it one time, and it's just like they watered it down so much that you couldn't even, I wouldn't even get it again. So, you know, things have changed, and they've just been getting like, doing things that are not for our benefit, but for their benefit, you know. Like if I have a product, which we're going to do a craft fair, of course, I use some really nice yarn. We're going to do other things too. Like I was saying, we're going to do aprons and stuff like that, because I want an apron. I got off the subject talking about the dog and how I ripped the apron, but my mom had beautiful aprons. But I will make some aprons. And my mom's gonna get one too. I believe she still wears them. But they had the cutest apron that my daughter picked out a pattern, and it had like shoes on it and clothes, like cute things. You know, it was black with pink and like white in it. And so they're really classy looking aprons. We can make some barbecue, like the males like to wear them for like doing their barbecue so they don't get their clothes messed up. They can have like a barbecue apron, you know, put it on and make it masculine. Put some, maybe even, you know, you can do that. I'm gonna do sports, like their favorite sports team. You can make the aprons out of that. So I'm giving ideas to people out there too that do sewing or whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find those materials, or the moms or dads, or you don't have to be a mom or dad, you can be a teenager, you like to cook, you like to wear the aprons, or you're going to cook that night and you don't want to get your clothes. You're like, oh, I'm getting ready to go here and I want to throw on an apron so I don't mess my clothes up. And I still want to get cooked, done, and then I'm already ready. So you get that on, and you can have your favorite Disney character, you could have your favorite, whatever your favorite thing is, you could have an apron out of it. And that's a good idea, don't you think? I'm going to go ahead and do that. So when I go to the craft fair, people see their favorite thing and they're like, hey, I want that, you know, things that people like. And then, like I was saying, the prices aren't going to be exorbitant. It's going to be something that people can afford and they're going to enjoy it, you know, even though it does take you time to make these things. And, you know, I'd rather somebody enjoy it and be able to have it and use it and be like, oh, I really enjoy this particular thing and it's made well. And you know, you go to places where they want to charge you a cheap price, like Dollar Tree or whatever. Some of this stuff is really good, because I think that this little thing came from Dollar Tree. I believe this was from Dollar Tree. And this is made nice. The wood is made really nice. I mean, it's not some little light. It's kind of light, but this is how they're made. Those they're a little bit lighter than normal, but it's made really nice. And you know, you want to give something that, even if it's a cheap price, you want to give it good quality. Do you know why? Because we are humans. We're all people that are supposed to care about one another. We're supposed to care about how one another feels as a person. You know, you give your money and you know it's hard to make it. It's hard to, you know, when you want something, you want to make sure it lasts. Even a person that has a lot of money, they want something to be nice. You know, you don't have to go into an expensive store and pay hundreds of dollars for something just to get good quality. No. If you could buy something that is made very well, like I've made scarves and I've seen some scarves in the store and I'm like, they're really charging that much for this scarf, and it's very thin and it's not made well. And then I've seen some that are made very well, very good material, and they want a little bit more than that. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to make sure I make something nice so that when you get it, you're going to be happy to have it. It's going to last you a long time, and you'll be happy to have spent that money that you spent, even if it's not a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? You don't want to just get, you know, like you get a pair of Jordans, you get a pair of expensive pants or shoes or whatever, Catalina bathing suit that's like $30, probably 60 now. Some of them were $60 because I used to sell bathing suits and sweaters when I worked in the mall. And they were very expensive, and I had to save my money to buy me a nice Jansen bathing suit. And it was like $50-something, and I had to wait until Red Apple sale and all that before I could even afford to buy me a nice bathing suit that lasts for a long time. And a lady came back, she bought a gold bathing suit, and it wasn't, I believe it was a Jansen, or was it Catalina? I can't remember. It was one of the two. And she brought it back because she went to Cancun and she laid out in it. And, you know, they said, well, it's going to come apart if you're laying out in it. She's really dark. The lady laid out in the sun and everything and really used it. And she wanted to bring it back. And we had to take it back because it's a very expensive bathing suit, like $60. And you don't want your bathing suit to be coming apart. And they're like talking about how it shouldn't last in the because you're laying in the sun and in the water and everything. But you know, it was a beautiful suit, but we had to take it back. And I was thinking, you know, if it was cheaper she could have bought her 3 or 4 of them, and if it wore out, then she have another one for another day, you know. But she's not gonna spend like $300 for 3 or 4 suits because they're very expensive. So that's what I'm talking about. Be kind to one another. Look out for one another. We got to look out for one another. You know, you might have the best idea and it might look like the best thing, and you took a lot of time to really make that, and you know you did. But you can ask for as much as you want, you know, like, because you want to pay for your materials or whatever. Or even a food product. Like if you have a food product and you want to sell it, you might have spent a lot of money in it and you want to get your money back. Okay, eventually you'll get your money back. Okay, don't put it the highest amount that you can get, because you got to get your money back right now. You don't have to get your money back right now. You'll have more faithful customers if you charge a reasonable amount, because you're thinking, you know, what is the thing that we say? Think of the other person as if it were you. Okay, would I want myself to go and have to spend this money? Would I do that? Yeah, I really want that. I want it, like this one thing. I'll tell you an example. It is the cutest trinket, and it's on there, and it's like you put it on a pin or on a bracelet, and it hangs like a charm. It's about this tall, so it's a little longer than a charm, so you can put it on a necklace. It was like $10.99, and it was very cute. And I was like, if it were like $3, I would have bought it. I could have spent $10, but I'm like, I don't want to spend $10 on it, because it was the cutest looking thing, and you could spend probably $30 on that because it's really beautiful. And I wanted it, but I'm like, I'm not going to spend that money on it, because a little bit too much than what I would want to spend for that. So I'm thinking of myself. So if I were to put that out, I know it probably costs to make it and everything, but the more people that you get to buy it at a reasonable price, you will definitely get your money back. You'll just have more people getting it, and you'll eventually going to get your money, and you're having people happy, and they're happy with your price. You know, don't give, you know, people like things that don't cost a lot, but you don't want it cheap, and then you got a cheap product. Like, this thing tore apart. Get me 10 or 12 of them because it's going to fall apart. No, get me one good one, or 2 possibly, because I can afford to get a couple of them because they're not so much, and they're going to last me a long time. You know, my mom, she has 3 girls, so she likes to get things, and the 3 boys were women and men, of course, but you know, we call 3 girls and 3 boys because they're male and female. 3 male, 3 females. She likes to get us something similar, like if she gets something, sometimes she'll get them similar. She doesn't want to spend an arm and a leg because she's going to get all of us something. Sometimes she really likes something so much she might spend a little bit more, but she would like it if she could get it cheaper and then it lasts. She doesn't want it to fall apart on you, you know. Who does? So come on, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. You know, you could probably make something cheap and then say, well, I'm going to give you it for $1, like the Dollar Tree or whatever. And then, you know, it falls apart after a week. Who wants to spend, you don't even want to waste $1. Not the way money comes hard by these days. You want to make sure that you could spend and have something, okay? So let's think about one another. Stick together. It doesn't matter what somebody else is doing around you, corrupt or trying to say do it this way because you're not going to win out. Morality doesn't win out over quantity and quality or whatever. It does, because if you want to be a good person, let your moral standards hold higher, and you're not a wimp, you're not some kind of cheap look at that whatever. No, you have kindness. You know, people that are that way are gonna go a long ways, believe me. You know, in this world, the way it's going down, that's why it's going down, because there's nobody doing the right thing. I mean, people are doing the right thing, but the majority are not, because they're following the crowd of being unkind to another person. So take that to heart, guys, and recap, I'm going to be finishing up that blanket. Look for that, okay? I got a couple videos out already to enjoy. They're not as long as these. So these last few are very long. I apologize, but please look at them. Thumbs up if you like it, and then we'll give you more of it. And be kind to one another. You know, those lost in death, sickness, that are sick, or they're taking care of somebody that doesn't feel well, or they are not well. And please just have hope and continue to do your best, because eventually you'll reap what you sow. Okay? See you guys later.